Back to the next video in our free-to-play to budget series. The first video we went through, worked on Withering Barrage, straight off of Client, the list Warbirds, or the Klingon Bird of Praise. With if you have a Klingon recruit, you definitely can get a free Klingon Bird of Prey from the recruit event. So it wasn't a good ship, but work towards that mastery, doing the patrols, and you get the mastery done. Then we can move on to much better ship. This is the Arbiter. It's the T6 Battlecruiser. You can either get the Federation version or the Klingon version. They are exactly the same. The Romulan version is the Milwaukee. In my opinion, it is not worth getting because it is a 4-3 with the experimental weapon. I don't think the experimental weapon really takes the place of one of these dual cannons. So I would probably just get the Federation one. As you can see, mine is a little different because I do have the T5 Avenger. So I can kit bash this one a little bit. Very strong ship, and it comes with one of the strongest traits in the game, especially for energy weapon builds. Minus 50% weapon power cost. So when we are firing all of our weapons, this weapon power cost will be reduced by 50%. So these normally cost, so we can see, 10. Now they cost 7.5. I know it says 50%, and that doesn't seem like 50%, but math and things and the cost of things. But yeah, this is a trait that is 100% worth it. Definitely is the first trait out of the C store that we should be buying outside of Withering. And again, if you have the Klingon recruit, you don't even have to pay for Withering Barrage. Get it on the free. Alright, so beyond that, we're still using just our basic crafted gear. Just items that we had laying around. Have some of these from like those fruit package had base gear or whatever. Damage resist. Have this, which gives us some phaser resist damage, which is fine. We picked up a couple consoles. These three were all available on auction now. Whole image reflectors is one of the ones that I consider tough. 20% damage is okay, it's Cat 1 damage. What Cat 1 damage means is that it doesn't apply as much damage as you. It's Cat 1 means is that it's applied at the earliest moments versus the late moments of. So this will be applied before other boosts or other bonuses, but the incoming heals exceed maximum hull. So as you run heal stuff like, emergency team. So since we are at max hull, if I hit emergency team, we have some whole image refractors. Give us a little 9% temporary hit points. There are ways to get this a lot more often. If you get the colony tactical consoles odds, so what they would do is they would allow us when we hit our firing mode, give us a 25% chance to hit points. Refractors really make you very tanky. This one came from a Phoenix pack. Again, Phoenix pack does cost a lithium. Really, buy one token, and it was a very rare one, so very rare you pick up your red matter, antimatter. You can pick up your sunpack lightning, pick up this data radiation use maneuvers. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Ultra rare ones give you the chance to pick up bridge officers. Also, give you the chance to pick up the Bajoran set, which is very important later, and the prolonged set here. So definitely when you have a little bit of a, and then whichever, like, so if we don't want anything, downgrade these. Rare. Getting some upgrade tokens, which will be great for upgrading. These other two I just bought off the auction house. They were fairly cheap. One's a clicky. I wanted something that had a clicky, and this one's a very good console later for like, especially for like science builds. But it just gave me some hull healing and some damage resistance. So I just need to fill up some slots there. This is probably the only one that's different here. So these are, oh, no, we also have a fleet one there. So join a fleet. Very important to join a fleet. Fleet credits are easy to come by. You just run some missions, PFOs, you can get fleet credits, and you can pick up these at your fleet places. These are relatively cheap. Don't cost a terrible amount. This is one of my favorite warp cores in the game. It has lower weapons cost. It has adds weapons to engines, and has a chance when hitting with energy weapons to grant weapon power setting, and also adds weapons to shields. Why we have these extra spots here. So this allows us to go full weapons and still get very close, get 100 into engines for our maneuverability. This one's a meta console or meta deflector. So this gives you crit severity, crit chance, and weapons specialization and field penetration, and hull capacity, which sees into hull capacity and S, or electric plasma system flow. As I work on this, I'm going to, grain will come off, go. This is by far probably the best deflect energy weapon builds. In the video of us doing the patrol, you will notice that I have this on. I didn't realize that I had it on. I clicked on it without thinking because it's something that I put on every ship. This is not a budget item. This is a event item or a MUDs item. It is an item that I do highly recommend people getting whenever they have a little extra Zen, but definitely not an item that we'll be using free-to-play builds. Beyond that, let's look at our traits. So again, one of the most important things out there is getting certain traits off the auction house. The Boimler effect, probably the most important trait you can pick up, gives you a chance to reset your cooldowns on bridge officers. This is what we're using to get this down. So this 14 seconds, it's at 25. But as we click these other ones, we have a chance to get that lower. And then here, this will drop. The moment it dropped, we were ready to start it again. And then start through the thing again. And it's back down. This allows you to get your scatter volley with consistent uptime. Granted, you're always going to have a 1 second period because the extender goes to 14 seconds and it's for the global. There's 1 second where this won't be available. For the most part, it is considered a full uptime on this, and that's what we want. We want a full uptime as possible. So boiler effect is super important. It is going to be expensive. Do your duty officer stuff. You're gonna get credits from here. You're gonna get dilithium from here. It honestly is where most people get their dilithium stuff. Same thing with the Ferengi gives you dilithium. Yeah. So do your Ferengi, get the dilithium. Your Admiralty. They're going to be things that give you dilithium and give you credits. Go into your available tab here. You should see for the galaxy daily. Do this. First couple times you're not gonna do that great, but you can get 1,000,000 credits from just doing this one daily every day. There are guides out there on how to, get the 1,000,000 credits. I know 1,000,000 credits isn't a lot, but you do that for a week, and you can afford some stuff. Especially when combined with your other stuff and combining it with getting your dill. There's just a lot of ways to get credits in this game. So credits will never hold back a free-to-play player. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you go out there and spend 1,000,000,000 credits on a ship, but these are things that you're going to use on every build you make. One more effect. Unconventional systems. This one allows us, using a control bridge officer ability, gives us a recharge to our universal consoles. Not super important here, because our universal consoles that we're using aren't that great. But they will. As you play and you get better consoles and you get better ships, you get more consoles with clickies. This will become much more important. These are going to be effects like gravity well, effects like scramble sensors. I don't have tractor beam. Those are control effects. However, then the rest of these are just ones that come with your character standard. And a good day to die. Again, this is going to be one of your best damaging abilities out there. It allows go down fighting to be usable while not at half a hull. It means I can use it while at full. It becomes a basic clicky that you can put on your spam bar. And it gives you 50% bonus to all damage. That is huge. 50% bonus to all damage is massive. These three are the ones that you care about the most. Everything else is great. So we have our Withering Barrage that we gained from doing the Bird of Prey. These other two are just ones that I picked up off the auction house. Nothing all that crazy. Tractor Beam knocks shields offline and does some damage now. It actually does damage, which not a lot of damage. But, again, we have nothing in these spots anyways. This one is one impossible thing at a time. Something picked up off the auction house and just grabbed a couple that were affordable. Recharge time on captain abilities, so that's going to be like your initiative, tactical fleet, your go down fighting, your attack pattern alpha, and then I didn't use it in the video that we're gonna the patrol run, but I did put it on here now, which is cycle. Um, Again, all these other ones you're seeing are legendary ones. So like this one, fortunate that this you can throw it on there, but it's just accuracy bonus. Um, these will come from specializations. As you finish your specializations, you will get starship traits. So also instead of going for that, it's very important to get the Intrepid Rider for temporal operative and base flanking 3 for intelligence op. These are high damage ones. So that's our traits. Again, no space rep stuff because we just started that. Let's look at what we have here. So I went with Withering Barrage, Torpedo Spread, Attack Alpha Beta, or Attack Pattern Beta. This is one that I picked up off the auction house. This one's fairly cheap at level 1. The level 2 one seems to be extremely expensive. But even at level 1, all it's going to do is just give your weapons some extra damage. You should pick this one up. You're going to end up using the level 1 at least. And the reason why is because when we look at our level 1, what else are we going to use at level 1? Most of the time, our torpedo spread is going to be level 2. Going to be in a better ship. Tactical team, I'm not a fan of because it messes up your firing sequence for some reason. So we have that, and then the only other one that is distributed targeting, which also is one that you have to buy off the auction. So if you're buying any of these off the auction house, distributed targeting and chemosite weapon 1 are really your best choices because honestly, they're the best options for these ensign level tier 1 bots. You may end up going like fire at will in some of those if you're using a character, but the Gagarin allows you to have like it's got a trait that's going to use all the different, but for the most part, yeah, like, and this one here, structural analysis, is one that I picked up off the auction house. And as you can see, I still have a decent amount of credits left. Like, it's not like I was, couldn't afford some of these things. Now, the Boimler effect, that one did cost a lot. That one took a credits for. But yeah, so we got structural analysis, which gives a debuff. We have photonic officer, which 2% recharge second for 20 seconds. That's going to be a 40% recharge on our bridge officer over time. Got a gravity well to group them up. Got our scramble sensors to confuse them. Got our tractor beam to hold things in a spot. For this one, we obviously want our emergency powered weapons, just because it's got the chance to, if we're running the should probably throw some stuff on here. I've been not throwing them on, but That's from that Phoenix box. So now our emergency powered weapons has also recharges. Our emergency powered engines now recharges our maneuvers, which gives us the ability to maneuver a little faster. Engineering team, that emergency powered weapons, which is always going to be great. And because this is a 4-slot engineer, I had to choose something. I chose reverse shield polarity. You could choose like energy weapon modification, which gives you some penetration. You could choose auxiliary power to structural field, but I don't have a lot of aux power, so okay. So beyond that, like we're ready to go into the TFO or no, the patrol. And again, on those patrols, you want to just go to Age of Discovery and do these 9th rules, and just do this one over and over. If for some reason going, you can always so the ones that are decent, give a lot of experience, are going to be 9th rule, trouble over Tira. And a lot of people run Wanted, not because of the. Now, see, it says these are all. This is what it gives you, but you, for your mastery, these two have like just waves and waves of enemies. And I found that I can get my mastery in one shot with a 9th rule on advanced. We've been doing normal. Although we did get a one-shotted on normal today with the Arbiter. But Wanted's a good one for the for testing out kind of your ship builds, making sure that you can, especially on a higher difficulty. Okay, so let's go into the patrol.
Looks like there was a fight.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Lead the way. The Shurgat will follow. Reading a single Ferengi vessel. Marauder class.